So he's sitting there in stunned silence. Could not believe what he just saw. He finally, after a couple of moments, gathers himself and says, "That is one hell of an act. What is it called?" And the father, who's dripping wet from head to toe, barely able to catch his breath, finally musters "The aristocrats." Hey guys, it's Shannon the Timmy from the Trinisphere, where Timmy, Johnny, and Spike battle over all things EDH. Today we've got an Orzhov Guild Kit upgrade deck tech. That's when we take a Orzhov Guild Kit and we convert it into an EDH deck by running one of every card inside that Guild Kit, and also adding in EDH cards that all cost $1 or less. Be sure to like if you want us to do more budget deck techs, and subscribe if you want to get a notification when the gameplay featuring this deck comes out next week. So let's dive into the list. The Orzhov Guild Kit came with a variety of legendary creatures, but the one we chose to work with today is Teysa Orzhov Scion. Teysa is a 3-mana 2/3 human advisor that has two awesome abilities. The first, sacrifice 3 white creatures to remove target creature from the game, and the second, whenever another black creature you control is put into the graveyard from play, put a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying into play. So right off the bat, we see that we can build a resilient token deck in which our black tokens, when destroyed, become white flying spirits. So this lends itself to a variety of strategies, including wide aggro, but more importantly, aristocrats. And aristocrat decks are decks in which we use a lot of small creatures with enter the battlefield and leaving the battlefield triggers, combined with sack engines to get extra value out of your creatures. So let's look at the deck breakdown. The mainstay of the deck is going to be token generators. We'll also support our tokens with beats, and Orzhov is also known for its pain and drain strategies. We'll follow that up with our sack engines, our true aristocrats. Then we'll move on to ramp, removal, and draw, and then we'll finish it off with our spice. So let's talk about our token generators. We can break this down into 3 categories because it's very important the color of tokens that these create. We have white token generators, black token generators, and black-white token generators. For our white token generators, we have Ariel, Knight of Windgrace, Decree of Justice, Hanwire Militia Captain, Increasing Devotion, Lingering Souls, and Spirit Bonds. These white token generators are excellent when paired with our commander that gives us the ability via our commander to convert these expendable tokens into hard removal. For our black token generators, we have Belfry Spirit, Endrick Saur Master Breeder, Josu Ves, Lich Knight, Skeletal Vampire, and Zathra Necromancer. These black token generators, while not as effective at being converted into removal, have the added upside via our commander of being turned into spirits whenever they die. This effectively means that these tokens are more resilient at blocking and combat and against Lord Wipes. Now finally, we can talk about our black and white token generators, and it may come as no surprise that these cards feature the new mechanic Afterlife from Ravnica Allegiances. We have Imperious Oligarch, Ministrant of Obligation, and Orzhov Enforcer. So these tokens have the best of both worlds. Being black, when they die, they create white spirits, and already being white, they can be immediately converted into removal if need be. Moving on from our tokens, let's talk about our beats game. To empower our tokens, we're going to run some anthems, including Ethereal Absolution, Intangible Virtue, and Orzhov Pontiff. So these cards can empower all those 1/1 flying spirits, turning them into 2/2s or 3/3s, which will help us quickly and easily close the game out. Additionally, we have some big beaters in the form of Death Pact Angel and Teysa, Envoy of Ghosts. Teysa's protection from creature combined with vigilance makes her a threat on the board that's hard to block and great at blocking. Additionally, it's a dilemma for our opponents to determine whether or not we're going to choose to block with Teysa or allow the damage through, giving us black and white spirit creature tokens. The next subcategory of beats includes 2 cards capable of disrupting opponents' hands, our hand beats. Those include Basilica Bell Haunt and Sin Collector. Moving on to our next category is the Pain and Drain, something Orzhov is well known for. In our Pain category, we have 1000 Lashes, Pillory of the Sleepless, and Stab Wound, all cards that contribute greatly to our attrition game. From Pain, we go to the Drain. For cards that drain our opponents, supplementing our attrition game, we have Falconwrath Noble, Pontiff of Blight, Suture Priest, Tithe Drinker, Vindictive Vampire, Vizkopa Guildmage, and Zulaport Cutthroat. These cards all help drain our opponent's life totals, and they synergize greatly with our aristocrat-style sack engines. Speaking of which, our Pain and Drain plan would be remiss without some aristocrats, including Cartel Aristocrat, Ghost Council of Orzhova, Hidden Stockpile, Martyred Rusalka, Pitiless Pontiff, and Plagued Rusalka. These cards allow us to sack various creatures, including the expendable tokens, to drain opponents, as well as get other beneficial effects. Moving on from there, let's look at our ramp. The deck comes with a standard Orzhov Locket and Orzhov Signet. Because our curve is so low, we don't need to expend any more slots on ramp other than those. Orzhov is a powerful color combination for removal, and it shows with the suite of Consecrate and Consume, Custody Lich, Final Payment, Keening Banshee, Orzhov Charm, and Ultimate Price. To deal with non-creature threats, we also include Angel of Despair and Mortify. Additionally, if we need to sweep the board, we're going to include Citywide Bust and Martial Coup. The former is great because our tokens will rarely have toughness greater than 4, and the latter is great because it can leave us with an army on the battlefield after clearing everyone else's board. Moving on to draw, we have Dawn of Hope, Knights of the Black Rose, Mentor of the Meek, Protector of the Crown, Read the Bones, Thalia's Lancers, Thorn of the Black Rose, and Tome of the Guild Pact. Many of these cards grant Monarch as the main way to draw cards, and while that can be risky because opponents can steal Monarch, the bulk of our tokens will be 1/1 Flying Spirits, which will very easily be able to reacquire Monarch during our turn. In addition to good old-fashioned draw, Orzhov is obviously going to have Reanimation. For Reanimation, we have Debtor's Knell, Treasury Thrall, and Unburial Rites. Finally, we come to our Spice, the cards that make this deck shocking. One of the strongest cards for Teysa Orzhov Scion is Requiem Angel. This card, similar to Teysa's effect, grants us additional 1/1 Flying Spirits when non-spirit creatures die. This includes our non-spirit tokens. Beyond that, we're going to run Smothering Tithe, Revel in Riches, and Pitiless Plunderer. Smothering Tithe is a bit of a new card to hit the EDH scene, and it is making waves. Because it is inefficient to pay 2 mana to deny an opponent 1 mana, this card will always net you treasure, unless your opponent is out of gas. This combines with Revel in Riches to win us the game. Finally, to talk about our lands, we're going to include a few more duels. In addition to the Swamps, Plains, Orzhov Basilica, and Orzhov Guild Gate, we're going to run Forsaken Sanctuary, Scoured Barrens, and Tainted Field. So the core component of this list is the Pain and Drain categories, capable of draining all of our opponents to death. And we supplement this with our Aristocrat package, allowing us to sack our creatures at will, especially our expendable tokens. Teysa provides the secondary benefit of turning our black token creatures into white spirit, effectively allowing us to sacrifice them twice. Additionally, sacrifice all of our spirits and creatures will fuel Pitiless Plunderer to give us enough treasures to win with Revel in Riches. Alright guys, that wraps up our Orzhov Guild Kit upgrade deck tech. I'm excited for you all to see these deck techs in action next week, so be sure to like if you want us to do more budget deck techs, and be sure to subscribe so you get a notification when that gameplay is released. Thank you all for joining us through this journey of converting each and every guild kit into EDH decks on a budget, and be sure to look down below in the description for the links to the other guild kit upgrade deck techs. Alright guys, that's a wrap. I'm Shannon the Timmy, and as always, it's not about winning, it's about sending a message.